Did you like Death Stranding 1? The first one? Stick around, watch this video. Will you like the second one? Let's talk about it. First thing off the bat, I can only imagine what the budget was for this game. I have never seen a game that looked graphically better or animated better. I can't remember one. I mean, the games on the PlayStation 5 are close, but there's just like something so surreal about this game. It just, especially at the end, the last like hour, I can't emphasize that enough. So if you're like a graphic freak, this game is for you. This is one of those love-hate games. Like if you like the first one, you're gonna like the second one. If you didn't like the first one, I don't see why you would like the second one. Graphics seem a little bit better, but I don't know if that's really gonna pull you in. So again, if like me, I'm a ex-postal employee, retired postal employee. This game kind of is right up my alley. The music and the atmosphere go hand in hand. It's so amazing. I don't understand how people have such a good grasp on putting things together like this. Maybe they learned it in school. Maybe it's just intuitive. I don't understand how somebody has this big of a good of a grasp. I'm granted there was like 800 billion people that worked on this game. I don't even know how any of them made money. So there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and they did not spoil what they were making. The atmosphere and the music are 100% where they need to be. Even if you can't even understand it yourself, they're just exactly where they need to be. The storyline doesn't take itself too seriously, but it is a really good storyline. It's memorable. It's done in a way where it keeps you coming back for more. They really have that suspense thing down. They have the I'll keep playing to see what's going to happen next thing down pat. They really have that. Kojima team really knows how to grab you in and waste, I think, 55 hours of your life. I think that's how long I played it. So keep that in mind. It's like roughly 50, 60 hour game. I did notice toward the middle of the game that a lot of the subquests or whatever really weren't worth doing. Now, if you're an absolute completionist, I don't know if you can actually complete this game, but if you're an absolute completionist, then you will like this game. Or if you're somebody who just likes aimless games, I think this will also be perfect for you as well. Now, replayability. As far as replayability, before you beat the game, it's 100% like you can't wait to get back to it. After, I don't know. I'm not really a big one for replaying games. This one I could see why you would, because you can build your own infrastructure and stuff like that with the roads and the monorail and the different things, and you can upgrade those even, and you can just drive around. Speaking of driving around, the vehicles in my mind are about the same, if not exactly the same as they were in Death Stranding 1. Not bad, but I do kind of wish they would have added something, like maybe, I don't know, some kind of weird helicopter thing or something like that, but I guess that would make the game a little too easy maybe. That's another thing that keeps you coming back, is they build these characters that are very like fleshed out characters, and you want to see what advances with them. There is a con to that, and I'll talk about that in a couple minutes. Story pacing is kind of along those lines, and I've already kind of touched on this. The story pacing is very well done. I'm pretty sure they had to have had somebody from, like a movie studio or something like that, kind of, because it just played out like a movie. It looked like a movie. Open world was just as good as it was last time. I've never really found any glitches. I never really found any anything annoying. The one thing that's annoying is in the beginning of the game when you can't carry a whole lot, you're constantly having to rewrite yourself. That got so annoying. Other than that, especially like a couple hours into the game, first like 5 to 8 hours of the game, you start getting really good equipment, and that largely goes away, and the game just kind of plays really well. Now, if you don't like the BT part of it, what does BT stand for? Like biological, terrestrial, something like that. I don't know. If you played the first one, you'll know what I'm talking about. That can get annoying, but I think it was done a little bit better in this one. But I will talk about some part that really sucks about that in the cons. Another thing that I really liked about the game is how much you can customize. And it seems like players from actual real human players from the game can also use the infrastructure that you've made, because it seemed to me towards like as the game was progressing, roads that I did not build were built. So I'm assuming that means somebody else within my something actually built that road, and that is awesome. I really like that. I think that's like it gives kind of a sense of community, strange sense of community, if nothing else. This digital world that we almost kind of live in, it's kind of getting out of hand. I really did like that, and it didn't seem to deteriorate. If I remember correctly, in Death Stranding 1, you built a road, and if you didn't maintain it, I think it would fall apart. And I didn't notice that happening in Death Stranding 2, which is very welcomed because that was so annoying. If memory serves. Again, I had my ankle replaced when the first one came out, so I was in so much pain while I was playing it. Some of it has slipped through the cracks. And the last thing that I really have to say is there's so many gadgets. So it's customizable to you what gadgets you're going to use. There's so many gadgets that I didn't bother using because I just didn't see the point. But I saw people built them all over the place, so I know people were utilizing it. I'm one of these people, like even in real life, like let's just get it done type thing. It was very much a postal moment for me, not going postal, but a postal moment because you just want to get everything delivered or everything sorted and just get it done and get on with your day. So that's kind of how I treated this game a little. But so I'm going to talk about some of the things that I absolutely think were complete misses in this game. Complete misses. I'm not going to say who they were or anything like that, but they do add characters into not playable, which is really annoying. I think they really missed something here. They hinted maybe at the end of the game that might be a Death Stranding 3, it seems. I don't want to give spoilers away, and maybe that'll change. I don't know. Maybe that's what they meant by this one scene at the end of the game. Hopefully that's not a spoiler for you. But I don't know why they added so many people into this game, and none of them are playable. I don't understand that. I feel like that's a complete waste of so much effort on their end because they had to flesh these characters out. I don't know why you couldn't use them. And if you could, then I completely missed that part, and I really am irritated by that. Some bosses seem to be very Japanese, dragged on way too much. If you like that sort of thing, clearly Japanese people like that sort of thing because that's what they do with all of their games. Some of their games, it's done a little too much. I think this one is on the you can live with it range, whereas some other games, it's just like, I'm not playing this. My biggest pet peeve of this game is it seems like when you're in combat, especially with the BTs, your controls get nerfed so hard. It's like, did they forget how to, did the controller forget that it's a controller? I don't understand this. Maybe I'm the only one. I haven't really looked at reviews for this game or anything like that. The controls, when in combat, just seem to just stop functioning. It's like the battery in your controllers just like automatically is drained and it's like at 1%. It's just not communicating. It's so annoying. It happens most of the time, not all the time, which is good. But when it does happen, it's like, what is going on here? This is nuts. Maybe they tried to add atmosphere with that. Another thing that there is somehow the controller on the PS5 actually can give you recoil, which was crazy to me the first few times that I had saw that. So I think that's a good addition to the controller. The menu and the different descriptions to everything, there's certain things that you're going to miss in the game. And also there's these power-up icon things that's controlled to like this computer that I never quite grasped. It was in the first game and I didn't grasp it in the first game either. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my malfunction. I kind of wish they would have explained some of the, I guess their power-ups, I have no idea, a little bit better. I don't even know how to describe them better than this, other than there's this screen within the menus with a bunch of network-like power-up looking things, and I don't really know what they do, but they kind of upgrade themselves every time you make a delivery, and I don't know what they're doing. So if you do, maybe describe that in the comment section down below. The last complaint that I have is very slight, but it's there. There's definitely some SJW, social justice warrior nonsense in this game, and it made me want to just question why it's there. Like, why does this need to be there? Like, can't we just move on from this? It felt like they were adding 2020 into a game of 2025 that didn't need to be there. we need to move on. The last con is, why did they make material so ridiculously hard to get? I get it, it's a post whatever, but if you're gonna make roads and all that kind of stuff, you need material to do it. I kept running out of material. I couldn't build the roads that I wanted to. I eventually had to kind of just give up with that whole part of the game, which was really annoying, because I liked that. Like, it was nice to have them roads, because some of the terrain there, I mean, the terrain is amazing unless you're trying to get past it, and then you're like, why is this terrain so crazy? And that's it. That is my review of the game. Would I play it again? 100%. Do I recommend it to almost everybody? I would think that this is like one of them games that you should just get. Graphically, it's fun to play. There's vehicles. If you like, combat, if you like a good storyline, if you like good graphics, I mean, it's kind of got everything. That's a review. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.